All right, thank you guys. Welcome to our NHL video here today for Thursday, April 1st. My name is Brock Page and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. And I'll tell you this much, despite a pretty rough day on my Patreon website yesterday, we still improved to 2-0 in our last couple of board member tier package picks on my Patreon page. We're also still hitting at 83% in our last dozen extra daily picks on that Patreon site as well. And if you want to gain access to today's extra daily pick, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. Link for that website is in the description section below. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, the Blue Jackets are taking on the Lightning here this evening, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Tampa Bay Lightning are minus 280 with the total at 5.5 juice to the under. Columbus is plus 230 for some money line cash. And if you like them on the puck line, they're minus 105 catching the goal and a half. Looks like Elvis Merzlikins getting the start here this evening for Columbus in the net. Andrei Vasilevskiy for the Lightning. Now, Vasilevsky's 21-5-2 on the season, 199 goals against average, 930 save percentage. Tampa's currently 13-3 at the Amalie Arena, and they rank in the top 3 in home defensive shots on goal. They're giving up just 2.06 goals per contest on their home ice. Now they're taking on a Columbus club who lost 4 out of their last 5, and they rank in the bottom 3 in the league in road scoring. Columbus averages just 2.1 goals per contest when they travel. Now total-wise, Columbus's last 3 straight all fell under the total of 5.5 goals. 7 out of their last 8 also fell under that number. The Blue Jackets are officially 15-3 to the under in their 18 road games. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay's 9-7 to the under at the Amalie Arena. I'm going to lean toward the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 1.5 and the under 5.5 goals. Next contest, Rangers, Sabres, 7 p.m. Eastern puck drop. The New York Rangers are minus 280, total 6 juice to the under. Shesterkin for the Rangers, Tokarski for the Sabres. Now, Dustin Tokarski's 0-3 in 3 starts, 411 goals against, 890 save percentage. Sabres are in the bottom 3 defensively in home goals allowed, and they've been victorious in only 3 of 17 home games. They're taking on a Rangers club who won 4 out of their last 6 themselves. They went 13-5 against the puck line in their 18 road games. Igor Shesterkin's got a 232 goals against average and a 925 save percentage. The Rangers are in the top 5 in defensive shots on goal, and they allow just 2.6 goals per contest. Now, total-wise, the Rangers are 12-6 to the under when they travel. Buffalo's 10-7 to the under on their home ice. Give me the New York Rangers minus 1.5 and the under 6 goals. Next matchup, Canadiens Senators, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The Montreal Canadiens are minus 180, number 6. Allen for Montreal, Gustafsson for the Senators. Now, Philip Gustafsson comes into this contest with a .86 goals against and a 973 save percentage. The Sens are 14-4 against the puck line at home. Brady Tkachuk and Drake Batherson each have 11 goals apiece, double-digit assists per player as well. They're taking on a Montreal squad who dropped 4 out of their last 7, and they've also gotten the W in only 8 of 18 road games. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Montreal's last 3 stayed under the total of 6 goals, 8-2 the under in their last 10 meetings with Ottawa. Meanwhile, the Senators are 12-6 to the under at the Canadian Tire Center. I'm going to lean toward the Ottawa Senators plus 1.5 and the under 6 goals. Next contest, Red Wings, Panthers, 7 p.m. Eastern start time. The Florida Panthers are minus 250, totals 5.5. Chris Driedger for the Panthers, Calvin Pickard for Detroit. Pickard comes into this contest with just an 879 save percentage through 3 starts. Detroit's won just 3 of 17 on the road this year, and they haven't been favored in one single game yet this season. Detroit's dead last in scoring, bottom 3 in goals allowed on the road. The Red Wings are scoring just 1.8 goals per contest when they travel. They're taking on a Florida team who won their last 3 straight, and they currently rank in the top 3 in offensive shots on goal. Florida's currently 11-4-3 at home, and And they're led by Carter Verhaeghe, who's got 17 goals thus far for the season. Verhaeghe's also a plus 19. Meanwhile, John Huberdeau has 27 total assists on the year, 41 total points. The Panthers are in the top 5 in the NHL in scoring on average per contest. And when it comes to the total in this one, oddly enough, 6 out of Florida's last 8 outings did stay under the total of 5.5 goals. They're officially 11-7 to the under at the BB&T Center. Meanwhile, the Red Wings are 23-14 to the under for the entire season themselves, 80% to the under in their last 10 meetings with Florida. I'm going to lean toward the Florida Panthers minus 1.5 and the under 5.5 goals. Next matchup, it is going to be Penguins versus the Bruins, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. The Boston Bruins are minus $1.20, totals 5.5, juice to the under. Daniel Vladar for the Bruins, Casey DeSmith for the Penguins. And despite a great start to the season for Casey DeSmith, the Pens really haven't played all that great on the road this season. They've won just 7 of 16 road games, and they've also successfully cashed in on the puck line in only 37% of those contests. Really not doing a great job against the puck line when they travel. Now, Pittsburgh's in the bottom 10 in the NHL in goals allowed on the road. Bottom 3 in first period goals allowed away from home as well. Now, they're taking on a Boston Bruin team who won 4 out of their last 6 contests themselves. And they also currently rank in the top 5 in home defensive shots on goal. The Bruins allowed just 2.2 goals per contest at the Garden. Now, Daniel Vladar is 2-0 in a couple of starts here. 150 goals against average, 952 save percentage for the 23-year-old. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Boston's last 3 contests did get over the total of 5.5 goals, of course, throwing out the Buffalo game. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the number themselves, throwing out one of their Buffalo games as well. I'm going to lean toward the Boston Bruins minus $1.20 and the over 5.5. Next contest on the slate here. We're still in the 7 o'clock slate. A lot of East Coast games here. But next matchup, it is going to be Capitals Islanders, 7 p.m. East. The New York Islanders are minus $1.20 at home. Totals 5.5. Varlamov for the Islanders, Samsonov for the Capitals. Now, Washington has won 10 out of their last dozen contests. Top 10 in the NHL in defensive shots on goal on the road. Ilya Samsonov is 8-1-1 through 10 starts, 239 goals against, 908 save percentage. The Caps are 23-8-4 for the season. They're taking on an Islanders club who's in the bottom 10 in offensive shots on goal, and they currently find themselves on a 2-game losing streak. New York's also gone just 3-4 straight up in their last 7. Now, total-wise, New York's 12-4 to the over at home. Meanwhile, 4 out of their last 6 contests got over the total of 5.5 goals. Meanwhile, the Capitals saw 3 out of their last 4 get over the total of 5.5 goals themselves. Washington is officially 10-6 to the over when they travel. I'm going to lean toward the Washington Capitals plus $1 in the over 5.5. Next next matchup, it is going to be Stars versus the Predators, 8 o'clock Eastern showdown. The Dallas Stars are minus $1.20 on the road, totals 5 goals. Hudobin for the Stars, Saros for Nashville. The Predators are on a 6-game winning streak, 8-1 straight up in their last 9. They're in the top 10 in offensive shots on goal, and they're led by Philip Forsberg, who's got 11 goals on the season and 18 total assists. Now, keep an eye on Forsberg as he's been listed as questionable with an upper body injury. That's why we're seeing, such a short shot with regard to the money line here. Meanwhile, Calle Yarncroke has 11 goals on the season for Nashville as well, 18 total points for the center. They're taking on a Dallas club who lost their last 3 straight, 2-7 straight up in their last 9. Now, Radulov and Seguin are both out for a while still, and the Stars, they already scored just 2.3 goals per contest on the road. And as a matter of fact, out of Dallas's 13 road games, they picked up the W in just 4 of them. Now, total-wise, just 1 out of Dallas's last 6 contests stayed under the total of 5 goals. Just 2 out of Nashville's last 6 stayed under that number themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Nashville Predators plus $1 and the over 5 goals. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into is this our next and final matchup of the show? Wow, I forgot to cap Hurricanes Blackhawks. Darn it. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, next and final matchup, Wild versus the Golden Knights, 10:30 Eastern start time. Vegas, they're minus $1.50. Totals 5.5, juice to the under. Robin Lehner for the Knights, Cam Talbot for the Wild. But as good as Talbot's been, we're looking at a Minnesota team who lost their last 2 straight, and they win just 8 of 18 on the road. And if you're into, if you're looking to catch the goal and a half on the puck line here, Minnesota's just 7 and 11 against the number in their 18 road games as well. Minnesota's in the bottom 10 in offensive shots on goal, and they score only 2.7 goals per contest when they travel. Now they're taking on a Vegas club who's 14-3-1 at the T-Mobile Arena, and they're in the top 3 in goals allowed. Robin Lehner's 6-1 through 7 starts this year, 236 goals against, 906 save percentage. Vegas gives up just 2.2 goals per contest on their home ice. Now total-wise, Vegas is 12-6 to the over at home. Minnesota's 12-6 to the over when they travel. I'm going to lean toward the Vegas Golden Knights minus 150 and the over 5.5. Quick pick recap, powered to you by my Patreon website. Tampa Bay minus 1.5, under 5.5. Rangers minus 1.5, under 6. Ottawa plus 1.5, under 6. Florida minus 1.5, under 5.5. Boston minus $1.20, over 5.5 goals. Washington plus $1, over 5.5. Nashville plus $1, over 5 goals. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 2-0 in our last couple of board member tier package plays on my Patreon website. We're also hitting at 83% in our last dozen extra daily picks on that Patreon page as well. Give me the Vegas Golden Knights minus $1.50 and the over 5.5. And once again, guys, I apologize for not handicapping that Hurricanes Blackhawks game. Just skipped over it. I'm sorry. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. Guys, this is our max value day on Patreon. It's a max value Thursday. And the reason why I say that is the way Patreon works with their billing cycle. Patreon's going to bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that when you sign up for a membership on Patreon. Well, today's the first of the month. It's early in the month right now, so you're going to get absolute max value. Once again, you're going to get billed today on the 1st, and then if you continue to opt in, you're not going to get billed again until May 1st. Once again, max value. Patreon bills you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.